it's important for us as Muslims to say that, look, the Quran is objectively true. It's been perfectly preserved. So if there's any contradictions in the Quran, then it can't be from God. So when I'm saying, yeah, this is my religion, this makes sense to me, these are all subjectives. Yeah, everyone else can make claims, but how do you verify the claims? So I'm saying with Islam, one of the reasons it stands out is because we're able to objectively prove it correct or objectively verify it through a perfectly unchanged scripture. Now, I can provide you evidence for that. I can provide you evidence of no contradictions in the Quran. I can provide you evidence of the Quran knowing scientific truths or knowing about history or getting prophecies, it coming true. So these are my evidences of the Quran being correct. So then, if the Quran is correct, then who was it revealed to? Then we go into the biography of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, his lifestyle. Said that, look, does that coincide with someone who was a man of God? Does that coincide with someone who would have revelation from God? Yeah. And then, how do you feel about that so far?
I know what you're saying. I've heard this before, and I've also had conversations about this before. And I had a guy also tell me each one that was thing, and I questioned every single one of them.
Do it. It's good, and I respect that. And I respect your critical thinking. Go on.
I know, but when it comes down to religion, it's to me is like I look at religion as more as a safety net. It's there to it helps people because as human beings we're always gonna wonder what are we here for. It's like one of the thoughts that we're always gonna come up with, no matter what, from a young age to an older age. Why are we here? What are we here for? Are we just here to procreate? Are we here to just live? Or what are we here to experience? So we look for answers. We try and search for different answers, and that's why religion to me has came up because you look within religion to try and search for.
Let me amend religion into a complete way of life.
Okay.
Because again, when I'm speaking English, then I have to use the word religion. Otherwise, Islam is based on deen haq, as in the deen, the way of life of truth.
Yeah.
So it's like when it comes to the deen or quote unquote religion, it's a complete way of life. So it's like, okay, how do I do business transactions? How do I treat my spouse? How do I treat my children? How do I run a state? Yeah. How do I get morality? How do I decide what's wrong and what's right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is what a complete way of life is meant to be doing. And you can't have any contradictions in it. Does that make sense?
Okay, but let me ask you something, right?
Go for it.
When it comes to religion, I've yet to be seen anyone who actually follows it fully.
But does that mean it's less true?
Doesn't mean it's less true, but if you're gonna say you are religious, then follow it.
Man is limited. Does it make sense?
I understand what it means. I understand that everybody has their reasons for why they do what they do, but then it doesn't make sense to then reach out something that you don't even follow yourself.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Right? I may not practice it 100% because I'm a human being. I'm flawed. However,
But
it doesn't take.
That's excuse because then although we are.
No, but I try. Yeah.
But
I know it's true.
Yeah.
For example, don't judge an Islam based on me. Yeah. Don't judge it based on Muslims.
I'm not judging. I'm judging based on the religion itself.
Base it on the Prophet Muhammad, the perfect examples.
Yeah.
Look at the generation that followed him and the generation after him and the first three generations. And that's who we take our guidance from because they saw it directly from the source, who's the Prophet Muhammad, who had direct revelation from the angel Gabriel, from Allah specifically, not angel Gabriel, he was the mediator. So directly from Allah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we look into his lifestyle, we see how he practiced it in its totality, and he lived by the Quran. Yeah. And we follow his sunnah as in his way that he showed. Then that's what the perfection is. So don't judge it on Muslims or a so-called Muslim country or Muslim individuals.
I will never judge on the country itself. It's judging on, okay, if you're going to say you're religious, then it's like I don't know if I would like to talk about this, but it's like women that do OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I think that's disgusting to me personally.
Yeah.
It's not right. You shouldn't be selling your body in any type of way. No man, no woman should be selling your body in any type of way to you and your husband. But they will say they might be Muslim, they might be Christian, and I think that's a disrespect. Even like gays and lesbians. to me, that's a disrespect. If you're saying you're gay, you're lesbian, then you're saying that you're Muslim. To me, I look at that as kind of like you're disrespecting the religion, because you already know that they don't approve of that. You already know that's not in the books. So when I see people like that and then they claim to be this, it makes me think, okay, this is.
But again, they're not the perfect example. I'm making a big statement. I'm saying the Quran is perfect. I'm saying the lifetime and the lifestyle and the Prophet Muhammad was a perfect example. He was a perfect man. Yeah? He's a perfect role model. Because even the statement you're making,
It's just like
that,
Jesus, though, isn't it?
about OnlyFans being wrong and this being wrong and that being wrong. With us, look, we hate the sin, not the sinner. Yeah, and we know that, look, this is wrong, and we can back it up through the Quran. When you say, so just very quickly, when you're saying OnlyFans is wrong, yeah, how are you making that moral compass? Like, how are you making that judgment call? Because you're not leaning on any revelation. It's all subjective. So he or she is going to be saying, okay, they're going to defend this haram action. I can say it's haram, yeah, but you can't. You can say,
okay, what if someone murdered somebody? Is that not haram?
I'm saying that's haram as well.
Judge?
But we're judging it based on what? The law of the land?
No, just in
On
general,
on what the society says is right. So right now, if society says murder is right in these conditions, or slavery is right,
you know, as a human instinct, you're not going to take no one's life. That is just something that, as a good human being, would not.
Someone who's spiritual, it's like you're making up your own. With all due respect, you're making up your own.
Spiritual is not a religion; it's just you.
You know, your spiritual guidance in regards to say that this is wrong. I can say objectively this is wrong.
Is this a human? Is your moral? Is this something you just? To me personally, it's just. Why you won't go out there to go? I'm pretty sure you.
But I'm gonna say that, look, your morality can be corrupted by society. Right now, look at what's happening abroad, where there's an active genocide taking place. Yeah, but people are gonna be like, oh, this, that, and other. Children are being murdered. Oh, this, that, and other. Yeah. So I'm saying that, look. So it shows that we need something outside of ourselves, because when it comes to unaliving children and babies, we should all be united and say that's wrong. But why are we not be able to say, okay, 240 journalists have been murdered, but we don't talk about that?
People don't really care though.
Hospitals are being bombed, we don't. But I'm saying people don't care.
But the ones who do are the ones to make the change. Like you're doing right now, you care. So you're out here, you're preaching to someone like me, and you're going to preach to a lot of other people. Someone that you actually cares enough to want to change people's life or help them out, right? There's going to be many people out there that are going to look at situations like that and look at it as, well, I'm not there, it's not going to affect me, so why do I care? Which is quite heartless, it's not nice.
We're not talking, well, I'm not trying to say the point is about caring, it's about wrong and right.
Yeah.
So there are some people who don't see that as wrong. They can justify it. Yeah. And I'm saying there are some things which is objectively wrong. Yeah. That shouldn't be justifiable. So you saying we all know murder is wrong, but they're doing it. Me and you can agree that bombing a hospital is wrong. Yeah. But then there are people who are doing it.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Those people will be judged, right?
Yeah. Huh?
Those people will be judged.
Yeah. Now, that judgment, are we going to have to wait for judgment day? Or are we going to have to wait for everyone to die and for them to be raised in front of Allah? Or should it be, have we been created for a purpose, like I was saying, and that purpose has been given to us by the Quran? Yeah. Because you mentioned right at the beginning of the conversation, you've read the Quran. Yeah. How much of it did you read? If you don't mind me asking.
Not that much. I read through I literally, it's like
skim through it, yeah?
Yeah.
So, firstly, thank you that you took the time to actually open up the Quran. And I think if you spend a bit more time with it, you'll see that, look, all the day-to-day questions and the issues you have and the kind of the morality the Quran comes with, you're not going to disagree with it. And you need something which is objectively true, because we can go to different countries and they can make the wrong right and the right wrong.
But I look at life differently from how you see it. Me, I travel. I like to experience life as it is. So when I go somewhere, that's what I'm going to be seeing and what I'm going to get. Whatever I'm meant to believe in and whatever I know for myself is only meant to be for me. Everybody in this world right now is living a life of how they were probably meant to live. and follow in the footsteps that they were meant to follow. My whole family are Jehovah's Witnesses, and I was probably the only one that never went down that route. Because I saw it as they're all hypocrites in my eyes. Then I went into Christianity, and I saw it as the same thing. If you look at a lot of priest people, they're pedophiles, so they touch little boys. But then I also see the Quran, I see people are Muslim. But then I see them drinking. I see them, they don't like pork, they will never eat pork, but you sell pork. You don't like drinking, you're not meant to drink, but you sell alcohol. You own majority of the sweet shops in the corner, and you sell all the stuff that's got them things in it. So when I see these things, and it's like you're saying that religion and you should follow the religion, is then why don't you follow it fully? That's why I'm not religious, because I know I'm not going to follow it fully.
Then why don't you be the change? Follow
I
follow
don't need
Islam
to.
fully.
I'm happy. See, I'm at a level now where I'm at peace.
Okay.
To me, I'm not. What you're doing, that's for you, and that's good for you. Like I said, you're going to change a lot of people's lives. Conversations you're going to have is going to help people, so much people, and you're going to save a lot of people. That was your calling. My calling is through my art. I'm a painter, so I do all my stuff through my art. So I give my help through what I'm doing, and plus talking to people. People want to talk to me. But my calling isn't to be like this, because this will be.
I'm not asking you. Do you believe in heaven and hell?
I believe that heaven and hell is here, in the sense of what you.
That's
create.
a very Jehovah's Witness position you hold.
No. It's the way I think. Jehovah's Witnesses don't think like that. Jehovah's Witnesses actually believe there's actually a heaven out there and actually the hell down there. I used to study when I was younger, and the way I used to think, they hate it so much. Anyways, what I mean by this is, whatever you believe in is what you're going to believe. Me, I believe that hell, when you create hell, if I start murdering people, then hell's going to come towards me. If I start being happy and I'm at peace, and right now I'm at that level, I'm getting nothing but blessings.
Are you willing to take the risk that you could be wrong?
But I'm not wrong, because I already know.
How do you know? Because
I
again, it's
I
subjective.
told you at the beginning of this conversation, I know God.
Pardon?
When I know God.
Yeah.
Knowing is the last. There's no other after that. You believe in something before you know it. As you said, right? You need to understand it. I understood God. I believed in God. Then I got to know God, and I felt God. And that's why prayers, miracles, and just by what I'm doing now and how I'm living, God is with me at all times. So when I speak to somebody and they question what I believe in or what I know, that is only their opinion. Even though they will try their best to persuade me anyhow, it doesn't work, because I already know who God is for me. And I'm at peace with it. I'm already at peace with myself, and I'm very happy of living my life the way I'm living it. And I like the way it is right now. And it's taken me a long time to understand it. Before, I used to be lost. Before 2020, I was a very lost soul. I didn't understand a lot of things until that came to me, and I was like, okay, there's something more bigger that I need to experience.
Do I and you believe in the same God?
I don't think anyone really believes in the same exact God, because there wouldn't be so much religions around if everyone did. But that's what I said to you at the beginning of this conversation. I said, my son asked me a question, Mom, why is there's, if everyone believes in one God, why is there so much religions? And why do people all believe in the same devil, but yet there's so much different gods? It doesn't make any sense. There's got to be one God, one creator.
By the way, I would challenge that.
Okay.
So, like, again, different people have different concepts of the devil.
Yeah, like
different
jinn.
people.
Yeah, I know all about that.
People have
Yeah.
different concepts of God as well.
course.
And I'm saying that, look, at the end of the day, if we don't have a perfectly preserved, objectively true, non-contradictory book
Yeah.
that gives us guidance, then we're just going to fall into the.
So can't you guide yourself? You don't believe that's.
I don't think you can.
You don't?
No,
Have
no.
you ever tried to?
Because the thing is, if I guide myself, I'm going to fall into man-made. That's number one. I'm going to fall into following my desires. Does it make sense? I might be
Not
like,
necessarily, 'cause
yeah,
I
I'll be
don't
like,
follow
I'll be
my
like.
desires. I follow what I need to follow, and that's not my desires.
But I'm saying that you're a product of your society, because you mentioned that we naturally internally know what's wrong and right. Yeah.
Common sense, so, right?
But I would say-
and by the soul, you feel it. Like, I'm not gonna go
But
to a little
other
child
people-
and start beating them. I don't beat children.
But people do that though.
I know, but to me, that is wrong. In
So
my eyes, that's
what
wrong.
you're saying is it's backed up by Islam. That look, we believe in Islam. Everyone is born upon fitra, which is a natural inclination to know what is wrong and right, to worship, to know that there's one true God. When you ask a small child that hasn't been corrupted by society,
Yeah.
is there one God or multiple gods? They'll say one God.
Of course.
If did this come by accident or is there a creator? They'll say there's a creator.
My son
Yeah.
told him, these are one God.
There you go.
And
So
I didn't really
this,
need to
this
teach him that. That was something
There you
that
go.
he just knew.
that's natural. But I'm saying that similarly, that can be corrupted.
Of course it can.
Through-
We get corrupted every day.
There you go. So what's the protection? So there are some things we agree on, but I'm saying that if you don't have revelation from the creator of the heavens and the earth, then we're not going to be able to make the right decisions. And there's a risk of making the wrong decision. Because right now, there's many things you've said I would agree with.
Yeah.
OnlyFans is wrong. These kind of other sins you was talking about, murder is wrong, cruelty to children, all these things are wrong. I agree with you. Yeah. Now, I would say that Allah, the one who created the universe, is not like a vacant landlord. They didn't just create us and left us to it. Especially knowing that we have the capacity to error. Yeah. And we're made weak and we're forgetful. Yeah. So Allah, through His mercy, would give us guidance, an instruction manual. Yeah. The difference between myself and yourself is, you're saying you don't need an instruction manual. You're good because
I
you
get
know God.
instructions from knowing God. When I pray to God.
Mm.
And in that way, I will understand more of myself. I also meditate. I also take time out. I stay away from my phone most of the time. I don't have my phone all the time.
Mm.
And I make sure that I spend time alone by myself, because when people get too much in the world, like right now, there's so much people around us, we get lost in source.
Mm.
So you need to take time out on your own to understand yourself a lot more. Take time out to realize that we're in a system that men created, right? This all here, man made all of this stuff. So we need to take time out to go back to nature, to connect to nature, to understand that life can be beautiful if you want it to.
In your opinion,
In my opinion, that's what I believe for me, and it works for me. So I can only give you what I practice for myself.
and I'm saying,
I can't give you other things for other people because I don't know them. I know me.
and I'm saying that if you implemented the Quran, yeah, with all due respect,
Yeah,
your life will be better.
you don't know
Because
that.
I know that for a fact.
You don't know that. You
And-
can never say you know something for a fact. As I can tell you right now, what you just said to me when I said that everyone should actually go back to nature. Before all this was created, we were in nature, isn't it? Yes.
Okay,
Now we've
so-
got rubber shoes on our feet that's disconnected us from the world. And we should, if you actually go to the park, I say if you go park tomorrow, take your shoes off.
the reason
start
I'm
to feel connected.
speaking with such certainty that the Quran will benefit your life is because what you're saying,
Yeah.
no matter how much of it might be correct, yeah, there's a human element of it, and you have agreed as human beings we are flawed and imperfect. Yeah. So I'm saying let's take it back straight to the source who's perfect,
Yeah.
and through that guidance, because, and again, I appreciate you being very respectful and polite, and it's like we don't want to criticize the Quran and so on and so forth, because
Never do that.
No, because I don't think-
religion is for you, right?
Yeah.
Your religion is for you.
and I think you're smart enough to know that, look, you haven't looked into enough to criticize it, but if you were moved enough by it, you'll bring it
Yes.
into your life. And I'm hopefully saying enough to kind of inspire you to
Yeah.
read the Quran, because even when you said that, look, you've spoken to people who's given you all these things,
Yeah. But nothing's changed.
why not? Because I
When-
can't.
You see
if-
the thing about it, right? When it came down to all the other religions, Christianity and Jehovah's Witnesses, nothing vibrated. I think things are meant to just hit you like that. When it came to spirituality, man, that hit me, and I was like, that's it. There's nothing above that. I've spoken to so much Muslim people. I've got Muslim friends. I work with Muslim people, but everything they say, it just doesn't
do this.
hit.
When's the last time you went to the mosque? When's the
Never been.
last time you prayed
I pray
in the
today.
in the Muslim way?
I will never pray that way.
Why not?
Because I don't see myself bowing down 5 times a day and doing that when I can pray when I'm already with God. I've already told you many times that I know
No,
I'm not
the thing
changing.
is-
I'm already with God. God is already in here, so I can literally stop right now and pray.
Those I can stop right now and pray as well.
I know,
And
that's what I'm
it's
trying
not
to
it's not by the whole forehead to the bowing.
Yeah.
Those are kind of legislated ways of praying
Yeah.
at legislated times. However, um, you could, like myself, start the day before I started doing dawah. When I started my journey,
Yeah.
I pray and I remember Allah to put barakah and put blessings in what I do. Does that make sense? So you could pray whenever.
Yeah.
And
I
I'll
know
be honest with you, I'm in this conversation and
Yeah.
I'm praying for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That
I
Allah
appreciate
grants
that.
you. You know what I mean? But then it's like I'm not prostrated, but yet
Yeah.
I'm praying.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? For sure, like literally. Because every time I look away, I'm thinking to myself, like, I want to have a meaningful conversation so Islam benefits you. Because the reality of it is, me being here, I don't get paid for it. Yeah? And I'm not going to be like, yeah, da, 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 da. I genuinely believe that Islam is has a
Me
solution.
saying that word believe, you know what believe means? Believe is actually a doubt. You actually research the word is actually a doubt. Believe means that it's a doubt. So you're still in doubt stuff. When you say I know, like me, I know I'm going to be doing what I'm doing. I know that I believe in God. I know that I'm going to be a big artist. These things, because I know it, I feel it. My instincts tell me, instincts are stronger than the heart.
But I was telling you about the Quran.
I know, but
And I was telling you that's a
letting you
fact.
know.
I'm telling you, Quran will make you happy. It will resolve your
That's what you
problems.
think. You don't
Yeah?
know.
I'm
And
telling
you
you,
don't
it's
know
facts.
me.
It's
Okay.
facts.
All right.
And the reason it's facts is because, like I said, it's the human element isn't there. It's divine. Does that make sense? So I would say that look, read the Quran, and literally, like my point is, when someone spoke to you about the Quran, is there anything about the Quran or Islam about what its teachings that you disagree with, rather than what we've already discussed about how there are Muslims who are not following it, or Muslims who are not submitting, or
Well, that actually
Muslims who are being
overrules-
hypocritical?
to me, that overrules everything. When
How?
you are when you are religious,
Yeah.
I look at religious is that why are you preaching something that you don't follow? That makes no sense to me. It's like when a Christian person came up to me the other day.
Okay,
And
I
she
follow.
was
All right,
read- and
I
she was
follow it.
reading-
I follow it. I follow
You
it.
don't. Though.
I
know
do.
you don't.
How
you
do
have a
I?
mobile phone.
Yeah,
Yeah. Where
Yeah.
did you get the mobile phone from?
from a shop.
How did they create the mobile phone?
What's the relevance?
Because you see Congo, you see what's happening in Congo.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see all those children and everything there.
Yeah.
A lot of places in the world,
Yeah.
those people are getting the material for us to have mobile phones and computers and everything.
Yeah.
But we're in support of all the dangers going in there because we have mobile phones, we have internet, we have all the metal stuff that we have.
Okay.
But we're still we don't care because
No,
we
no.
got
See,
these
that's the
things,
thing.
right?
I care
So
because
then you
when
wanna
I
have
when
a
I made
mobile
no,
phone.
no, no, no. When I made the purchase, I was unaware of these things. I'm a big fan of boycotting. Yeah.
Okay.
And literally, that's what I do.
Okay,
So one of my dear friends, like brought these things to my attention,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, that's it. So the next time I make a purchase, yeah, it's going to be an informed decision. Because the thing is, yeah, that's it. So the reality in Islam is holistic. So, and I don't know, it might not land with you, and you might not appreciate this,
Yeah.
but with us, there's such a thing as like a second-hand deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not necessarily going to be questioned in regards to where you got something to make that purchase to me.
Yeah.
As long as I buy it from you in a lawful way, yeah, it's sufficient. How?
And that's still bad, either way. Because
Why?
that person could have killed that person just to get
No,
it.
no,
and
no,
then
no,
you're
no.
gonna
But
buy it
that's
from
my point. Because it's pragmatic, it's practical. So
then you're just-
when there's a knowledge, we're accountable for our actions. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if I said to you, yeah, here, take this money, kill that person, get that for me,
Yeah, yeah.
then I'm liable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not doing that. For me, it's like, look,
You want to go in it blinded.
huh?
You want to go in it blinded. Like you just don't want to know about nothing, so you get.
No, 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 not even that. It's about knowing where my limitation is. So
Okay.
I'm judged upon my actions that I'm not mugging someone, I'm not stealing from someone. Does that make sense? And then when someone else steals it, look, am I going to partake in it? The better position, Islamically, there are better positions, but Allah knows humankind, and knows our limitations, and doesn't make the deen too difficult. Does that make sense? So it's like, now I'm practicing Islam. I don't steal. I'm not gonna murder people from Congo to take their resources
Yeah.
and da 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 rah rah rah. Yeah. Now, if everyone practices Islam, yeah, then we wouldn't have these problems. And these are
Islam,
man-made
because
problems.
even with
Go on.
Christianity, they practice the same thing. Jehovah's Witnesses.
No,
they
but
practice
tell
the
me,
same
tell me
thing.
specifically about the Quran, because you said about my phone. Yeah.
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 I'm just giving you. I gave you an example and an overall of.
There's bare brands I don't wear because it doesn't align with my Islamic morality.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say to you. When it comes down to what you practice, what you preach is what you should practice. And if you're preaching
I'm
it,
practicing it and I'm preaching it. So
well,
right
no,
now, go on.
what
What
I'm
you
trying
got
to
for me,
say-
sister?
no, but
Go on.
it's just I look at it is that then why are you not making a difference? Like, it's like this. When I told you that you don't eat pork yourself, not you specifically, but you're
When I talk about me, man like me
I
don't eat pork. I
know
don't
you.
sell pork. I don't drink alcohol. I don't even eat in places that sell alcohol, let alone drinking it myself. Yeah. Go on.
I don't know you.
I'm telling
I will
you.
have to know who you are to then decide if I can judge you.
Yeah, go on.
You don't know anybody in this world until you really
No,
live
no,
with them. So.
because the point isn't for you to judge me. The point is you're saying, like, why should I take Islam from people, and especially when they're not practicing it? And I'm like, what do you want me to practice? Because I'm practicing it and I'm preaching it. Yeah. So right now, through your logics, then
You're
you should
one
be.
person.
So now you're changing the
No,
goalpost.
no.
You didn't tell me how many people you
It
needed.
doesn't matter, no. But if it's one person, it's like there is probably one person out there in the world who actually is fully on point when it comes down to any other religion.
And by the way, I don't want to come across too big-headed. The point I make is,
No,
what do you need from
I
someone
don't
to
need
be
anything.
practicing for
don't
them
need
for
anything.
you
I
to
know.
feel like or he or she or this person's enough doing Islam enough that
Okay, I'm gonna put it record. I don't need anything from anybody. I'm good.
you're
I
happy,
already
yeah,
told you
yeah.
from before I'm at peace. When
Yeah.
someone says they're at peace, there's no more going above that.
Have you got a translation of the Quran?
What do you mean by that translation?
'Cause
Like into English?
yeah,
Or what, like a book in that's in English?
yeah.
No, I haven't.
If I gave it to you, would you be motivated to read it? It's free of charge.
I know it's free. You can get it from anywhere. But
I'm gonna give it to you,
you give it to me. I don't mind.
but I
reading
want you
it.
to read it.
I will read
What
it,
what
but
what
I
do I
won't
need?
say I'm not gonna read it. I won't read it today. I'll
No, 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 no. Of course, read it.
But
My
I'll
point
take
is,
my time to read it. I don't
Yeah.
mind. I like reading books.
do you have any questions on Islam that you'd like to ask me?
No.
Do you have any criticisms on Islam
I
that
will
you'd
never
like to
make
share with me?
questions. I don't have no questions. Like I said, I'm at peace. I will read I will read the Quran. If you said that it will change my life.
Yeah.
I like to put things to the test. I don't want to judge anything.
And inshallah, for more peace, yeah, read the Quran. And again, Islam, it gets translated into peace.
Yeah.
Islam doesn't mean peace. Islam means the peace you get from submitting your will to the one true creator. Tell me about your one true creator.
I'm not going to do that.
You're not going to do
No,
that.
because that's for me. Me and God already, like you will have your own personal relationship. I have mine.
Mm.
I know God. Like I said, I've already gone through my journey. I've already still got work that ain't done yet. But I am at peace because I've understood that as human beings, we're gonna sin. We're gonna do things that we're not meant to do. But we must learn from all the things that we're gonna do and try and make better of it. There's a lot of things that I've done in my past that I've had to forgive myself, but also forgive myself through the person because I'm not going to see the person anymore. So I had to learn from a lot of things from a younger age, from trauma. I had to let go of things because if I don't let go of it, it's going to haunt me. And I don't want to live a life of pain. And I want to live a life of freedom. And live a life of where my brain and my mindset is at peace. I'm happy. I can go home right now and actually smile because I like being alone. There's not a lot of people that can do that. I don't need my phone every day. There's a lot of people that can't live without their phone. I can go out in the park and just chill without nobody, and I'm happy with it alone. But also, I know that we need people around us to keep us at home too. And I'm happy. I love the way my life is now, and that's why I don't mind having a conversation like this. I'm not an angry person. I don't mind hearing you out, seeing what you got to say. That's why I don't mind taking this, and I'm gonna read it.
Yeah,
But
thank you.
it's just I already know what good is for me. And I'm happy where I am right now.
I'm going to let you go. Before I let you go, if you permit me, I'm going to share chapter 112 with you in the Quran. And it's a 4-line definition of the Quran. So it's a 4-line definition of Allah. Yeah. So you're going to open up, yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It's right at the end. chapter 112.
At the end.
Yep, right at the end. It's like there's 114 chapters, and this is 112. In that four-line chapter, 4 verses. So here, this is here. Let me open it for you. Right here we go. Surah Ikhlas, yeah. So here it gives a four-line definition and it says, say Allah is one. Yeah. He's self-sustaining, eternal. He does not beget nor was he begotten, and there's nothing equal comparable to him. So basically, Allah is one. He doesn't need anything from anyone. He wasn't born, he wasn't created, he doesn't have children, and there's nothing equal comparable to him. And hopefully, based on that definition of the Creator, it will inspire you to continue reading, because it's like he was talking about belief and knowing God and following God and having God in your life. And this is our very simple four-line definition of who we worship. And on that, I sincerely appreciate your time. And you've been very respectful. When you turn, don't look back, just go around this way. So you're still off the camera and that. Just moonwalk out of here. But it's been an absolute pleasure and joy. Yeah? So Islamically, no, I can't.
Okay.
Yeah. And do you know why that is, by the way?
No.
So in Islam, again, it talks about the do's and the don'ts. And it knows the creation. And it's like, look, it's about setting boundaries.
Yeah.
So I don't have the right to touch any woman that who's not related to me, who I'm not in marriage with. So then it just sets that boundary. Yeah, and it's out of respect.
Yeah.
And that goes for like any woman and any man.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna be like, look, these are the limits and the lines we draw in Islam.
Is that with family or just people that you don't want?
No. So the only it's immediate family and wife.
Okay.
So those are the females who are immediate family and obviously men.
It's actually very respectful. That saves a lot of relationships too.
Yeah, 100%. Because it's like at the end of the day, and that's it. This is the pure guidance I'm talking about. Because otherwise, it's like man like me being a hot-blooded, red-blooded. What is it? Hot-blooded man. You know what I mean? I could be here chatting to women, talking bare nonsense and doing bare nonsense stuff. But it's like no, it's like these are the limits, and I will engage in a conversation with a woman who's not married to me. And he's not related to me immediate for a certain purpose. And it's not just to fulfill desires or whims and fancies, you know what I mean?
That's good. That's very good.
So you're already responding really well with the teachings of Islam.
It's just, I find that just in general, even spirituality teaches that too. To even take time out to.
But you know, spirituality teaches that.
Like,
where is that learning you're getting?
From doing it from yourself, like taking your time out to not even like when it comes to sex, just don't do it.
So it's not spirituality doesn't teach that.
It's
Through you practicing what your understanding of spirituality is, this is the meaning you derive. Am I correct?
But I've learned that through also my experiences. The only reason why I've gone to this level because I've had many life experiences. Sometimes people who don't experience life never get to this level. I've had trauma, so I've understood my trauma. I've managed to deal with my trauma, let go of my trauma. So I've gotten to this level of now understanding that it all comes down to me and working with God and all that. God's also working with me, with me. So then I can go off and go into my journey and be at peace with life in general. If I didn't go through my experiences, I don't think I would even be at this level right now. I'll be very lost. So I'm very grateful that I'm even here. I'm even talking to you. I've got a job. I've got a home. I've got my son. I'm very grateful for everything I have right now. And that's the way I live.
And similarly, the way Islam reconciles that is knowing that look, everything happens for a reason,
Of course.
and it's the decree and the plan of Allah.
Yeah.
And if we don't get, and Allah is the most just.
Do you think that some things just don't happen for a reason? It just happens. You think everything has to be a reason behind it?
Everything happens for a reason. Some of it we may not see the wisdom in this life. Some of it might be the test. Some of it might be in Islam. Sometimes we go through hardship because it hires our ranks in paradise. And sometimes it's part of the test.
Yeah.
And the reality of this life is, and again, is knowing Allah. So knowing that Allah is the most just. But not only is Allah the most just, Allah is the most wise. So through Allah's wisdom, so whenever something happens, I don't get it, I'm like, shall I tell you something? This has only been allowed to happen because of, but through the permission of Allah. Therefore, there's a wisdom in it. Because Allah knows what's good for you. Allah knows what's bad for you. Allah knows what's going to happen and everything that's going to happen. Allah knows everything that's not going to happen. Allah knows the things that didn't happen. If it did happen, what would have happened? Does that make sense? And He knows all. And through that is the peace. So I think, like, look, sometimes we all go through trauma, and through the job I do in children's social care, I realize that, look, everyone's trauma is different. Yeah? So I'm not going to be like, oh, like, understandable. But from what I've realized is, again, it's like, look, how do we let it shape our lives? And how do the people around us react and behave? Because sometimes it's like, yeah, it's my test. Sometimes it's, wait, the test is on other people as well. You know, like you were mentioning about Congo. My thing is, look, who's going to speak out against it? Who's standing up against it? Who's aware and going to make some choices? Because then it's part of the test. Like, look, it's easier for me to get something for cheaper. Man, like me boycott everything. So I'm boycotting like products from China because of what they're doing to the Rohingya Muslims. And that's hard. With the slave labor they're doing, with all these kind of people going and buying stuff cheap online. I'm like, how can something be so cheap? You gotta look into it.
You have to.
You have to look into it.
Realize they're using children or they're using people.
There you go. There you go. So it's like I'm happy with having my 1 or 2 outfits and just rewashing it. I mean, I don't need to go for.
That's even, to me, that's even better. You know, instead of you spending crazy amount where that money can be put to good use, of, you know, going out helping people, going out traveling, seeing the life of you and your family. You know, making a life experience where it's memorable for yourself, and also helping other people that need actual help.
Giving charity, and that's it. With Islam, the reality of it is, look, this life isn't the end. Yes, this is the Prophet ﷺ described this life. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam means that peace be upon him, as a comfort that you get from a shade of a tree. We're like, this is it. We're living our best life. No, this is just us taking a rest in the shade of a tree and that comfort. The whole journey is paradise. And it's like, look, are we going to be good people? Or are we going to be bad? Are we going to worship Allah alone? Or are we going to make partners? Are we going to restrict our lives or just follow our desires? Are we going to follow something man-made, or we're going to follow divine revelation? And that's why I strongly keep going back to the Quran. It's like, hopefully, inshallah, when you read it, by the permission of Allah, you find benefit.
I might find, but I'm not going to say that there's no religion out there that I cannot benefit things from. It's just about how I feel when it comes down to if there is a religion, why are you not following the rule? I just don't see it as me trying to go into religion. I don't see that I need a religion to know God. See, I don't think I'm religious. And I understand what you mean, because you said everything that it may change me. You see.
Even because the Quran is one way, but we've got the Sunnah as well. So Islam is based on the Quran and the way of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, right? So like even down to how to wash ourselves when we come out from the bathroom, how to cut our nails. It goes into all the details because it's a complete way of life. Because when you leave man to his own devices, like it's gonna be flawed and like make mistakes.
But that whole point of experience. It's like a child, right? You can tell a child go into the bath and wash yourself. They're gonna probably just sit there and splash, splash, splash. You obviously have to show them first, and then they're gonna keep going, right? But then at the same time, that child could then you be like, okay, that's the flannel, figure it out, and they probably actually will figure it out. Just like someone learned how to build buildings, how do they know? They figure it out. Over time, you realize things weren't put in place for that. You know, I'm gonna try another way, and it just works.
My point is, there's always multiple ways of doing things, but there's the best way of doing things and the optimal way of doing things. And look, a child, you could figure it out, but that's the mercy of Allah. where it's like you could figure it out, but why go through the effort of getting it wrong and doing it wrong or so on and so forth?
When you learn, you can then show someone else that listen, I done that, so now I don't want you to do that. So this is how you actually do it. You learn. This is how else do we create anything? If you look around the world right now, you see that everybody's ideas is out there. Like someone created this floor, someone created that.
And by the
They're
way,
walking in someone else's ideas. How do they come with those ideas? They had to learn from somewhere, which is they get in the river is just messages or signals through the mind and creating stuff. But it never was perfect at the beginning. They had to go through the learning procedure to get to that.
no, I get that. I get that. But the thing is, it's like this. Um, like for example, today I'm wearing a phone.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wear it. Most of the times I don't. Back in the day, I used to wear it more often. This is the ideal dress code. Why? Because it's modern. Now, could I wear something other than the phone? Yes, I could. Yeah. Would I be sinful if it's not too tight,
Yeah.
if it's not showing off my body, um, showing off flesh and so on and so forth? Then that's the difference. So it's like there's that room, there's that scope. Yes. So there's the ideal way of doing it, but there's that flexibility as well. Am I making sense?
Yeah, that's what you're saying. It comes down to there's always something, right?
There's always many sides, but when it comes to what your son asked you,
Yeah.
there's only one Sirat al-Mustaqim. There's many wrong paths, yeah, but there's only one correct path. And that path, when followed correctly, and when on that path would lead you to Allah. My point is, I could do multiple things that could take me off the path.
But I
Yeah.
want to teach. You asked me a specific question.
Mm.
If there is one truth, why is there so many gods? Why is there so much religion? And every religion that you will speak to is going to say the same thing that you're going to say.
There's lies,
This,
yeah, yeah.
this religion is the one. It's the truth.
Hmm? Yeah, if you give me 2 minutes, once I've finished speaking to her, then we can have a conversation. Is that okay? Yeah.
So once you, what it's like, and that's what he's trying to say. You're just trying to say that.
We just find it. Because it's live, they're just saying how many people.
No, but yeah, my son was just saying that if there's one truth, which I believe there is one truth. There's not one
What
truth.
is that one truth?
Well, my one truth is I believe in what I
No,
believe.
no,
and I
your
know
one
it.
truth.
Yeah,
What is
that's
that
for
one
me.
truth?
That's for me.
Is one truth not universal? And I would say that
Not
one truth
necessarily,
is
because then if there's one truth that's universal, then why is there so much religions?
no, because man made elements of energy. Because people lie. Because people
Then
follow the
you're
desires.
forgetting that the Quran was only created over what,
1400 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it was in Hinduism and Christianity way long before that. So
Yes.
weren't they? So to me, they're more the truth than Muslims are, right? The Quran is the truth. So now I will more believe in that than I would believe in the Quran.
It's a valid point, but the reality of it is the Quran was revealed 1400 years ago. However, Islam was there from day dot, Adam. Yes. Adam, peace be upon him. Because like I was saying, Adam, he came and he knew a lot, so he was able to teach this to his children. And then time went by, people went off the teaching,
Yeah.
so then Allah sent a prophet. Does that make sense? And then after that prophet died, Allah sent another prophet. After he died, sent another prophet. And this continued because as a Muslim, I believe in Moses as a messenger of God. Yeah? And I believe in the prophet Jesus Christ as a messenger of God.
Yeah, right.
Yeah? I believe in the perfect book that was given to Moses, but that no longer exists. It's been changed and corrupted.
It's only thing.
And then Allah sent the prophet Jesus. The scripture that was given to him in its totality, I have iman in it, I have faith and I believe in it. But that's been changed and that's been corrupted. So then Allah sent the final messenger, the Prophet Muhammad, and because he's the final messenger and there's no more prophets to come,
Yeah.
Allah has preserved the Quran through an oral tradition of memorization. Even if you Google Quran Birmingham manuscript, you see we have a carbon dated Quran in the life of the Prophet Muhammad, which is the same Quran that we hold now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why
So you believe in it more because it hasn't changed.
that's one of my reasons.
So if the Christians didn't change anything is within the Bible, would you also believe in that too?
I'll be more inclined to believe it,
Yeah.
but then it will be there's many filters that to go through. So first one is preservation. Next one is it can't have no contradiction. It can't have no mistakes in it.
Yeah, I know.
So then if the Christian Bible met that criteria, and then it's like, okay, it talks about all these subjects and has profound information on it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Meets another criteria. If it has prophecies that's come through, and you have to remember, all the prophecies have to come through without any of them failing. Yeah. Then I'll be like, yeah, I'm inclined to believe this is from God. Does that make sense? So my point is, different people come to Islam through different ways. With me, it's a very kind of logical, rational route.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people are like have different things, but when I'm speaking to individuals specifically, I don't want to talk about things which is subjective. Does that make sense? Because if I say, oh, 'cause I could tell you about all the miracles that happened in my life.
Yeah.
I could tell you how God has communicated to me directly. You know what I mean? In the sense that there was, I'm in crossroads. I'm like, what should I do? And then Allah has opened up paths and shown me signs and so on and so forth.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
everything. You need to
no doubt. But I don't feel the need to have those conversations with people
Yeah.
because it's like, why should they believe me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm
Same with
saying.
me though, right?
Yeah.
All that you just said, I've experienced it.
Yeah.
Wherever I ask for, send me,
You know,
a
but
sign or
I,
signal.
I, I believe the same with other people who've said that to me.
Yeah.
That like a Hindu person.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you have to
You're still
remember,
in doubt.
I'm still in doubt that
It's
of
true.
their objective opinion on that. I don't believe it's true because I think that look, then sometimes they can misinterpret what the devil has done. So what they'll see as something good.
But then I say that you can't then judge the Muslims and the believing in the devil, but more believe in God because you say you believe in God, but then you say that you have prayers. The same like me, I have prayers. I know God. I walk with God. But then you'll then judge me based on me not believing in the religion and saying that could be the devil.
I'm saying there's so many elements. I wouldn't say that to you personally right now because I think that's quite rude. I would say,
No,
for example, as a Hindu person,
that's your view is overruled. Whether you're gonna say it or not, that's
yes,
what
it
you're
is.
gonna
It
say.
is.
Yeah.
Because I would say that there's,
But then I would
if
say
it's not
this is
devilish,
one,
sorry,
also one of the reasons
so
why.
let me just interrupt you
Okay,
for
go
one
ahead.
second. Even if it's not directly devil,
Yeah.
it will be like desires or emotional
Desires is a devil.
emotions
Yeah.
or you know what I mean. So my point is, there's many things you said I agree with.
Yeah.
So you have come to many truths, yeah. But for the truth in its totality, that's when you need something that's from Allah. You know what I mean? That's revelation.
That's
Something.
what you believe.
That's what.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I always told you belief is not it's not a fact. It's a belief is a doubt. It's still in doubt. Otherwise you say I know. You always believe that I know. When you talk to someone else, you always say I know. Never say I believe.
I know.
Yeah,
I
no,
know
but it's-
so that you can come to
The knowing
objective
is
truths.
the
Yeah.
knowing is that you just know this is a fact. This is it. There's nothing more than this is for me. Like I know God is with me. I know that everything I've gone through is because it was a lesson from God that sent me. Set me on
This
this
is,
path.
this is what I believe, but I know it to be true as well. I think I'm trying to soften it
believe.
down.
I
Yeah, you're
believe.
right. You're right. I think I'm good.
If I know, I know. I've just been telling you, I know God. Because I do know God. I have to go through the understanding of what God can mean. Then I have to go through the belief. Do I actually believe in God? Is God is real for me? And then when I realize that actually God is real, had things answered for me that I'm like, whoa, okay. Now I only know God. I pray every day. I fell every single day. I will never stop. I got my son to start praying. He didn't understand why. So I taught him, okay,
How,
pray.
how, how does he pray?
My son.
But like, how would you, if
I'm
you
not
was to
gonna
teach
tell
me
you.
to
When
pray?
it comes down to, and this is the thing when it comes down to me, when it comes down to my personal life, what experiences I have with God, I'm not
Praise
a
the Father
preacher.
now.
It's a personal thing for me. And it's not and it's not a personal thing for him because I'm not in the room when he's praying. My son, I told my son, go and do your own thing. Right? My son needs to, he writes down in his diary his feelings so he can get them out if he feels some type of way. I let him, be emotional. He's a boy. Boys are always, they're attracting. You always get told you're mad or this or that.
Man up.
Yeah, I will never tell my son to do it. Let your feelings out. What are you emotional about? Or just write them down if you can't express it. Talk to God. If I can't answer the questions, then you pray to God. You get the messages. That's not for me. That's your relationship with Him. Now, that will always be that way. I'm never going to ask my son, what did God tell you today? Or what did God say? I'll never do that. your relationship will always be with you, God. It's nothing to do with me. So I'll always never involve myself in what my son's got going on with him. As long as it's real for him, because my son is still young, he's only 8. He's gonna go through life and maybe he might become Muslim. He might become a Christian. He
Inshallah.
might become, I would prefer to be Muslim. If any other religion out there, I would prefer to go into that more than anything. And that's just because the way the teachings are going on right now, Christianity is them teaching their young children about things.
There's
that
so much love and respect. You know, that statement is very powerful. And
Yeah.
thank you so much. Very kind of you. And I'm like, you see goodness in it.
Yeah, I
And
do. Of course, my
you-
son
you-
goes to pretty much a school that's full of Muslims
yeah.
because of the way they are.
So
when it
what's
comes to
stopping
children.
you from becoming a Muslim?
Because I already know. Because I don't need nothing more. I don't need to practice anything more. I'm already at the level of just, I'm okay now. Because I'm okay now, I don't need nothing.
But when I go through like the full line definition of Allah, when I go through the names and attributes of Allah, there's nothing when I talk about Islam you disagree with.
I wouldn't say I don't disagree with things. It's just
Tell me
I've
one
understood-
thing about Islam you disagree with, if you don't mind.
Okay, with the women wearing the hijab, right? I don't agree with that. I think
Okay.
that's wrong. I feel
Why?
like the woman should, as a man is free to do what he wants, a woman should also be free to do what she wants. And I don't believe that women are free as men are.
In Islam, do you think men are free to do as they want?
Yes, they are allowed to have up to five wives if they want.
Up
Women
four
can. Yeah.
wives.
Women cannot.
I'll break down step by step, right? So now,
I know why women can't, and I don't.
No,
I
we'll
wouldn't
get there, we'll
expect
get
no
there.
woman to either way. It's just the fact that there
no,
is-
but then you can't use that as an example.
No, but it's the truth though.
No,
That's my personal opinion. 'Cause I understand I'm a woman, so I know what happens in certain
Yeah.
body parts of
Yeah,
mine.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Why I don't think that any woman should
A woman
really do
can
that. 'Cause
handle it,
It can
yeah.
destroy a woman, really.
Yeah,
So I understand there's things that it
the
won't
whole
do, but-
purpose of having children.
Yeah,
and
of
so on and
course.
so
You know,
forth, yeah.
you need to know who the child's father is.
Let me ask you a question. You know, in Islam, the dress code,
Yeah.
yeah, there's 6 criteria. 5 of them are exactly the same for men and women. Only the 6th one is different, which is how much to cover up.
Okay.
Now, do you believe men and women, like women should cover up more than men?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there's one body part that, of course,
There
you
you
should
go.
cover up. Women
There you
got
go.
to.
There
But
you
then
go.
even that, because there's a lot of men that haven't learned how to handle themselves. They go into this thing of desire.
No, we're going to leave that to one side.
Yeah.
I'm saying that, look, so you agree with Islam. Because Islam is saying that women should cover up more. The only thing you disagree with is how much more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would say that, look,
It ain't about how much more, it's just about the freeness of a woman in general. Right?
no. So I'm saying that, look, we don't liberate women by
Yeah.
undressing our women.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm saying that, look, you're saying that this is hypocritical. Not hypocritical, but this is the difference between men and women. I'm saying that, look, there's 6 criteria for the dress code. 5 of them are exactly the same for men and women. The only difference is how much to cover up. You agree with women not having multiple partners. Or,
That is a
yeah.
thing that's more
So
about-
what do you disagree with?
I just told you. When it comes down to more freedom, I told you when it comes down
So
to
what
women,
freedom? So even the
Well,
restrictions about and
you
by
just
the
said
way, the
dressing,
criteria
right?
by the way,
Women's got to cover their hair, their face. They
there's a
certain
difference of
things
opinion
that
in regards to
women
the face,
can't-
but yeah,
There is.
but yeah,
remember-
hair, for example, the hair. But even with men, we have to grow a beard. Yeah, there's a
look,
difference
this
of
is what I'm
opinion if
gonna
it's
say, when it
wajib or
comes down
not.
To religion, I don't think you should. I think you should just be free. I'm free. I'm free to travel where I want to go. I got tattoos. I'm free to do what I want. And I know that for me, that I like that because I'm a creator. I express myself through what I do.
I'm saying
When you're a Muslim, it's like you don't have no freedom. It's like you're stuck praying every day to God, and it's like you're pretty much sacrificing your life to God.
it's that no, that's our personal life. But you're able to live though. My point is,
Not really. You're limited to how you live.
I know,
Very
and
limited.
those limits are good. Does that make sense? Because my point is, someone would be like, I want the freedom to murder. I want the freedom. My point is, look, with me or any man,
Yeah.
we can have up to 4 wives.
I think that's wrong.
And the
too.
Quran says, yeah, marry 2,
Yeah.
3, 4 women of your choice, only if you can be just to them. So the criteria,
Yeah, I know only if you can take care of them. I already know that.
yeah.
Only if
So
you can. But it's still wrong because it's to me, it's like you're showing the first wife you don't give two damns about it. Like you're not even, that person cannot satisfy you
but
while you
that's my
three
point.
wives.
That's your opinion because
Yes, I know,
there
but
are many
then
women
as
who
is
are
your opinion,
happy to have to be a co-wife.
because they're gonna get money, they get
No, no,
treats,
it's
they
not.
get all other things.
I had
Yeah,
this,
of course
no, no,
it is.
I had this. I literally had this conversation with a woman who's born and brought up in the West, right?
Yeah,
She said to me, she's happy to be my co-wife, second wife,
yeah,
right? But I can't have a third wife or a fourth wife. And I said to her, that is very strange.
yeah,
You're happy for me to have like one wife.
yeah,
I can have two wives, but I can't have three or four.
yeah.
And her logic was, I'm happy for having the time we spend together limited, but not so limited. So my point is, a woman can make a choice
Yeah.
of if she's gonna go into a relationship where he's already got a wife or not. You understand? My point is that freedom is given to men because it's like, look, at the end, I can't shake hands with random women.
Okay, can you ask me this then?
Go on.
Why is that freedom given to men to have four wives? What is it about you that you would want four? Well, not you, but
Yeah.
you're a man, so you should be able to answer this. Why would a man want four wives? Besides sex.
The reality of it is, look, as time goes on, um, polygyny doesn't appeal to me as a man. It appeals to some men. Yeah. I know brothers who have four wives.
Yeah,
I know brothers who have three wives.
yeah,
Yeah. Uh, I know brothers who are happily married with one wife and they're scared of getting a second wife. Yeah. Because the same way there's these kind of benefits you can think of, but there's additional responsibility. Yeah? The scholars have discussed that if I had a co-wife, for me to buy two watermelons for my two wives isn't enough.
What do you think?
No,
You
no,
can
check
love
this, check
four
this,
women
check
at the
this,
same
check this,
time?
check this, check this. Scholars have discussed, I've got two wives at home.
Yeah.
I buy two watermelons. I can't do that. Yeah? What I have to do is buy two watermelons, cut it in half, and give them alternative size because that's justice.
Yeah.
Because imagine I get one which is juicy, one that's not great, and I give it. So it's literally you cut it in half. Similarly, my time has to be divided. So, sorry, what was your question?
I said, can you do?
What was the reasoning behind why men would want it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
But different men want it for different reasons. Does it make sense? I know some men who got married, and this was a divorcee woman who had multiple children, and he wanted to like bring that ease to the family. Does it make sense?
Okay.
Some men
So
legitly.
it's not love. It's just there's a reason, money, more money, and sex, and that's it. And that really not desires. In.
No,
Because
no,
ain't four wife
yeah.
more about your desires and what you want.
I-
and pray
Islam, Islam, it knows our desires, but it tells us how to do it in the right way.
for.
It's
Ain't
not
that
going
a
to
bit-
say to a
you're
man,
working with the devil and also working with God at the same time.
no, but then again, that's your understanding. In Islam,
What's
we
desires?
know the creation. We're not going to say desires is devilish. We're saying
And the Christian,
following.
but when it comes down to the devil is actually desire.
That's the Christian narrative. Does that make sense?
But don't you guys have a certain thing from Christianities within the Muslim Bible?
No, we wouldn't
Within
say
the
it's
Quran.
from. We would say that in Islam, sorry, in Christianity,
Yeah.
anything it teaches that doesn't contradict Islam, we take it.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything that does, we reject as a fabrication. Anything that's neither here nor there, we don't have an opinion on it. Yeah. So we would say that look, if Christianity talks about oneness of God,
Yeah.
talks about Moses being the messenger of God, we accept that because this is what Islam teaches. Yeah. When it starts teaching Trinity, we'll reject it because we'll say it's a fabrication. So my point is, look, the reality is there are some men who have desires and they want to have multiple wives. And I'm like, Allah created us all different. So if He's able to fulfill those desires in the right way, because there was research done and they asked women who were married, would you share your husband? Answer was, no. Yeah? And you had,
No woman that truly loves her husband will never share her husband.
and then you asked single women who are not married, would you be willing to get into a co-marriage? And they said yes.
Because they know they're going to be looked after.
There you go.
got nothing to
So
do with
my
love.
point is, what is love? Does it make sense?
I know love. I've been in love.
Yeah.
I felt love.
And that's
I've
cool.
also had love for my son, which is unconditional love. So
Yeah.
I understand love is it's a serious thing. I'm not someone for love.
Yeah.
You understand? So for me, love is something you shouldn't play with. So when I'm seeing someone that has 4 wives, I just know that's not love. It's just you want your
But
desires.
that's a Western thing. My point is,
Well, it ain't a Western thing because
it is because
Western-
why? Because Islamically speaking, how could I love someone where
So
Islamically
you're
I'm
not
keeping?
going to marry for love. You're going
No,
for,
because then, um,
this is why I probably will never follow a Muslim.
No.
I believe love is the one thing that will help people out in life.
no,
Because
I
you
don't
guys don't
reject.
believe in
No,
love.
I'm not saying we don't believe in love. I'm
don't.
saying no. I'm not saying we don't believe in
Yeah.
love. We believe in love. I love my mom. I love my children. You know what I mean? I'm saying when you're married, you love your wife. Yeah? But now, for me to love this woman, yeah, that means what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go out on a date with her.
It ain't
So-
just about dates. It's about your being and committing your
No. But
understanding,
for
your
me to
learning.
get to know her through that in that situation
Yeah.
outside of marriage, it might lead to a pregnancy or intercourse or this and other. I'm saying that look, the purer thing is to meet someone, yeah, through the Islamic way, knowing that look, okay, we've got this compatibility, yeah, getting committed through marriage, yeah, and then that's where love comes from. Because you asked me a question, right?
Hey, EWO, how you doing?
You asked me a question about how you're gonna love 4 women equally. Yeah. The reality of it is, like, it's how you gonna love 4 kids equally.
Yeah.
In Islam, you have to treat them equally.
But even that
Different
doesn't
people,
work.
we have different
But
inclinations.
love is just knowing a thing. I love my son unconditionally.
Yeah.
I love my sisters. I love my mom. I love people that are around me. I love the world in a way where I want to help the world. There's only so much I can do as one person. Love comes in so much different forms.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
The thing is, in Islam, we don't reject love.
Yeah.
Understand? It talks about love.
Yeah.
It talks about Allah loving the creation.
Yeah.
It talks about a mother's love for the
But
child.
then you also go against that when you have 4 wives.
How?
Because it's not love.
No.
The whole point of
I'm
a
saying
marriage,
love happens after you're married.
love
Yeah.
happens way before your marriage. Because you're
How?
meant to
How?
connect first.
How you gonna
and
connect?
Not without sex.
Huh?
You're meant to connect first as spiritually connecting. Like, I'm getting to know who you are. You're getting to know me as a person. We can go out, do some fun things, get to know each other.
If you
Be
can
the
fall in
phone.
love without doing haram, then yeah, do it. Why not?
Yeah, that's what I'm meaning. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
best
that's
part.
fine. That's fine.
You
Do
don't
it.
always need that part to understand and know someone.
Mm.
That part is just an extra for people.
Mm.
You don't need that part. There's some people that have never done it in their life and want to know someone.
Mm.
Then you get into a relationship. Then you see it, how you are as a couple. Once you learn each other as a couple, because there's going to be a lot more to learn.
And you're gonna do all of that without touching, yeah?
You can. People have.
Then that's fine. Do it. Do it. Bismillah.
There's a lot of people in the world that's done things without even having sex. Sex doesn't have to come into the play. That's only because you don't know how to control yourself. If you don't know how to control yourself,
Yeah, I'm saying
then-
most people don't.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You can't say most because then you're speaking for 9 billion people in the world. Let's be real. You can't say most. A lot of people that you see in the rest of the world
I'll say
definitely
that
can't. But
3.5 billion people can't control themselves. I would say
of
most.
course, yeah, I would say a lot of people. I wouldn't say most because most of the world not everybody's done it. So
Mm.
it's just there is people out there who don't know how to control themselves. That's all that resides in them. They've not learned how special that connection is. So they just do it with whoever. That's why
Yeah,
people
but
like
again, I don't know if this is gonna land or not. Like one of the Islamic positions is when a man and a woman are alone, the third is the devil. And what that means is just generally, like
not necessarily. I've got a lot of male friends I don't touch.
but if they had the chance,
Necessarily.
men and
I've
women,
had-
men and women can't be friends.
See, that's your mind. It's like
Let's
Andrew, you're sounding like
let's
Andrew
do
Tate
it.
right now.
Let's
You
call
sound-
up
you sound
let's
like
call up one of your male friends
You
and
sound like
see.
a bit like Andrew Tate right now.
Nah, that
That's
don't
what
offend
Andrew
me.
Tate
Don't
does,
offend me
and
like that.
that's what
Don't offend me like that.
That's what they do.
Ugh.
They call
That's
their
even a
friends
bigger
and
insult.
Say, call your
Why
friend and
insulting me
pretend
like
you're
that?
drunk and all that. I don't drink. I don't smoke, I don't drink,
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
and I've
Very
been
close to
celibate
Islam,
for 4 years.
Mm,
Don't do
mashallah.
nothing. So
Allahumma barik, yeah.
I know myself, and I know the people I hang around with. The people I hang around with are just similar to me. I've got one of my best friends that hasn't done anything in 5 years. He's very happy with himself. He loves himself. But most people won't even
But look,
be able to
generally
believe that.
speaking,
It's not
men,
everybody, of course not. I understand
generally,
men have
no,
different desires
generally
compared to
speaking,
women.
men, women,
They're different, of course. They're not the same. They're always going to be different.
if you look at research done in regards to like men and women being
Yeah.
just platonic friends, it's easier for women to friend zone men. Yeah? But men, because of their just basic desires, they'll try to get out of that. Yeah? And I'm saying that look, the more Islamic you get, the more you learn to control your desires, the more you realize that look, what the purpose of these kind of things are and the repercussions of it, it changes someone and makes them more mature.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I get that.
And yeah, I would say that look, at the end of the day, just to round up, and I appreciate all of your time, but
No
look,
worries, man.
our role model, our example is the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The way he done his relationships, the way he said that look, the best amongst you is the one who's the best to his wife. Yeah. The Prophet ﷺ said, um, no white man is better than a black man. No
Yeah.
Arab is better than a non-Arab. This is in his final sermon. He said he spoke about giving rights to women, and he said that look, the only thing that differentiates you is taqwa, as in God consciousness. So, me myself, we were talking about, oh, I'm practicing, that person's practicing, they're not, this person isn't. The reality of it is, I might look a certain way, but the reality of it is, the only person who knows is Allah, because Allah knows what my taqwa, my God consciousness is. So when I give charity, am I giving it so people think I'm a baller? Or am I giving it to earn his pleasure, to help that orphan, to help that widow? You know what I mean? So I think that, look, I think when it comes to women's rights in Islam, it's like, look, there's a balance. Allah knows his creation. Yeah? And there are some rights that have been given to women, and there are some rights that have been given to men. You know what I mean? Because I could be like, oh, it's not fair, women get to wear gold, men can't. Oh, it's not fair, women get to wear silk. No, in Islam. In Islam, men, we're not allowed to wear gold, women are. Yeah? In Islam, men ain't allowed to wear silk, women are. Allahu Alam, number one, I think is basically, I don't actually know. But I think, look, at the end of the day, there are some things when it comes to beautification, it's for women. Softness is that's for a woman, in a sense. So that niceness. So when it comes to like inheriting, like a man has to spend on his wife. I can't be like, oh, to my wife, you have to give me your wealth. Oh, you're working, now half of it comes to me. You're paying towards the bills.
That doesn't happen.
No, it's not allowed. A man has to provide for his woman. I could be like, oh, it's not fair. It's not
I
fair.
understand that part.
Huh?
I remember one time when I'm working, there was a guy carrying everything, but the woman just had her house. And
Yeah.
I looked at that woman, are you not going to help your husband? And I'm thinking, to me, that I was just like, if you see your husband struggling, help him. But some women were like, nah, she can walk the way she's walking, she looks good.
No, that's
Her
the
man-
ego. I'll be carrying stuff. Even though I'm struggling, I'm like, nah, I got this, I got
I'm
this.
looking at your wife, wouldn't your wife actually want to help you too because you're struggling? Why would you take all that weight on knowing that your wife would also help you out?
But again,
I know women are not
everyone's
going
different.
to. Of course not.
No,
I
no,
already know there's gonna be-
everyone's different.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Some women they want to help, some women not necessarily.
Yeah.
And it comes
I
down to
believe it's unfair for a man. I know a man's intent is to make sure that their happiness actually comes from their wife being happy most of the time.
Mm.
So I do get the logic of it. But at the same time, it's also good for a woman to actually just help out a little. She don't need to
Yeah,
take
but it's
control.
voluntarily though.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. So if she's working and she's like, look, hubby, I'm gonna contribute
Yeah.
voluntarily,
Yeah.
that's up to her.
Okay.
Does it make sense? Like for example, when a man gets married to a woman, he has to give a wedding gift.
Okay.
The wedding expenses fall on the man.
Yeah.
Does it make sense? I'm not gonna say, oh, that's unfair.
Yeah. Of course not. You know what you're getting yourself into.
No, because it's like at the end of the day, there are rules given to Allah from Allah, and I hear and obey. Does it make sense? So you mentioned about the dress code. You mentioned about men being able to have multiple wives, for up to 4 wives, right? And the reality of it is, look, when it comes to the specific rules and stuff, it's society. Society has normalized some things. Does it make sense? Society has normalized um, sex outside of marriage. Does it make sense? Society has normalized like all these kind of
But then
craziness.
marriage, why people have sex out of marriage? Because of just what we just said. It's not about love. It's not love at all.
Mm.
So if you want to get married, it's not nothing to do with love. It's about financial, right? Being stable.
It's about stable, but it helps
To
the
me,
society.
that's
It
where we
helps the
messed up.
society.
It helps the society, but then you're going into society. You should really
No, no,
motivate
it creates a better society because at the end of the day,
for who?
for everyone, because now if you've got children born out of wedlock and they don't have that, um, at the end of the day, look, you can have single mother families and single father families, but the ideal model is both.
Yeah, but
And
you
it needs,
realize
it,
that
it,
a lot of people in prison right now actually came from a two-parent family.
no, it's single parent.
No, actually, two-parent. If you look at most murders in the world, are from a two-parent home. Look it up, you'll see.
I don't know specific murders, but I would say
I know,
majority
right,
of
but
the majority of incarceration, I think 75% of it is pertaining to that. And I'm saying the reason is it's not criticizing any demographic. It's just saying that look, at the end of the day, when you have a unit and you know that look, the father is taking on that responsibility of looking after the child, and everyone's taking on the responsibilities, um, rather than this person who's like impregnating multiple women, or we've got teenage pregnancies, or
you had 4 wives.
pardon?
Pregnant, every one of them, that means you will have more children than you can't.
No, go for it, impregnate them. But however, it's still the family unit. So right now they're being provided for, they're being protected. 'Cause now,
You're still getting love.
no, but my thing is love is there. Because at the end of the day, you're nurturing a woman because you love her. Does it make sense?
No, but
You're
your
spending on
children,
her.
right? Look how much children have grown up with a two-parent home and don't feel no love or hate. They feel like their father wasn't even there because he just gave them money. There's no love. There's no
But then
telling your children, I love you, I care for
But
you.
Islam teaches that the role of a man as well is not just to spend money on the children. You have to give them tarbiyah, as in you have to educate them. Does it make sense?
Educate them. But money also was a man-made thing. So before money, they had to be something which is just you and your attention. And if you're not going to give that to your child, then what else? Then give them all the man-made
I would
things.
say, yeah, it's more valuable for a father to give his child
Attention.
life skills, attention, love, and Islam,
Yeah,
teaching the
that's
Quran.
but that's what God. As long
Yeah,
as they
and that's the
respond.
responsibility for the father to depart that to
I wouldn't say
the
it's the
child.
full responsibility. That's
No,
what you
it's
do.
unique. It's
But
unique.
it's
Without for both parents.
Yeah.
Because then they equally
Yeah.
that responsibility is given to the mom.
Yeah.
I'm like, if they don't do that, then it becomes problematic.
Yeah.
But
I will get you though. But I gotta get going. It's a
no,
pleasure.
no,
talking
very
to
love
you.
for your time. I really appreciate everything. To be continued. Have a read through that.
Yeah.
On Saturdays, there's people here.
I'm
they're
working
gonna
on
do
it. I'm
this.
actually working on Saturday.
But any other Saturday, whenever.
That's cool. Are
if
you
you-
always here on Saturdays?
most Saturdays, if I'm
Okay.
not here, there's gonna be someone else here. And
Okay.
just
Well,
challenge
hopefully I'll
them.
see you again.
Some more
and I'll
questions.
talk to you about actually what I wrote. Okay.
Yeah? Brilliant.
Take
Thanks
care.
so
Have
much.
a
You
good
take
day.
care of yourself. Alhamdulillah. May Allah grant her hidayat. I think it's a beautiful point she made where she said that if her son adopted any faith, she would want her son to become a Muslim. And then there's many things in Islam she agrees with. And alhamdulillah, it's just a matter of us or herself taking the time to um, look into Islam, because even from her skim reading the Quran, she didn't disagree with it. And whatever points she did make, again, is challenging the societal norms rather than actually having a fundamental issue with Islam or the Quran or what the Prophet ﷺ taught. So, alhamdulillah, make dua that Allah grant hidayah. I pray that Allah softens the heart towards Islam, give the tawfiq to read and benefit from the Quran, grants the hidayat, and grants full Jannah. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.